Hello, my name is Aisha, and for my project, I looked at Marriage Story and how it connects to sociology. Even though it's just a movie about a couple divorcing, it shows how gender roles, careers, and the legal system affected their relationship. It is also not romanticized in the slightest. It also shows how the financial and emotional stress divorce can cause. That's why it ties with sociology. It shows how personal problems can be shaped by the world around us. In the movie, Charlie is a theater director in New York, and Nicole is an actress who feels like she's lost herself in the relationship. She had discussed visiting her family in LA, but Charlie never took the time to talk with her about it, so it always got pushed aside. When she moves to LA with their son Henry, everything becomes more tense. The movie follows their divorce, the custody issues, and how hard they try to stay connected as a family, even though it seems like everything else is falling apart. A big part of their problems come from gender expectations. Nicole always put her own goals on hold so Charlie could focus on his career. She does more emotional work, while Charlie doesn't really notice how much she's giving up for him. This shows how marriage is never just something emotional. Gender norms structure who gives more and who gets more in the relationship. Charlie's career is the center of their life, and that gives him more power in the relationship. Nicole's chances to grow are being pushed aside because at this point, she's just in Charlie's shadow, and it's building a big resentment inside of her. This shows how work roles shape power in family relationships, and sheds light on how one partner's career is often always more valued than the other. Once they start the divorce process, the court gets involved. For Charlie, this creates a serious anger since they had always agreed that they weren't going to use lawyers, but Nicole did anyways. Both of them want the best for Henry and want to be with him, but the legal system starts deciding what exactly that looks like. Mothers and fathers are judged differently, which you can see in the way the lawyers question them. It's a good example of how parenting isn't only about the parents, it's influenced by the system around them. The divorce shows power in different ways. Charlie has more status because of his job, but Nicole has advantage in the custody process because courts more often favor the mother. The lawyers push them to fight more than they have ever before. It shows how the legal system can take something personal and turn it into something stressful and competitive. It becomes more about winning than coming to an understanding. Divorce today is a lot different than it used to be. It's less judged, and people feel more comfortable leaving relationships that don't work. There's also more focus on shared parenting, and many more women are asserting independence. The movie shows this newer kind of divorce where both people are trying to stay involved and rebuild their lives, even though it can be messy. I used 3 research articles to support my points. The first one looks at how job roles and happiness in a marriage affect who decides to leave, which fits Nicole's situation. The second one talks about how divorce changes the time mothers and fathers spend with their kids, which matches the custody part of the movie. The third one is about emotional labor, and it connects to how Nicole feels like she's doing more emotional work in the relationship. Overall, Marriage Story shows that breakups aren't just about personal feelings. Gender roles, work, parenting, and the legal system all shape what happens. Looking at it through sociology helps explain why the relationship falls apart and how outside forces play a big part in it. Thanks for listening.